Today, I'm going for the Platinum Trophy in Eternights, a game with hack and slash styled combat mixed with a social skill building style similar to Persona. Eternights has a total of just 26 trophies, which include 13 bronze, 5 silver, 7 gold, and of course that all important Platinum Trophy. There are no difficulty related trophies, so if you want to play on easy, you can, and the more difficult trophies are all tied to the social aspect of the game. This may require a second playthrough if not conducted correctly, but pretty simple to follow on paper. So the game starts off with the main character and his best friend Charney setting up dating profiles, and Charney is clearly a pro here. He's jacked! And he's saving kittens from a fire. Once Charney leaves, we get a good look at a pop star on the television, and then remind ourselves of how lonely single life can be sometimes. What the fuck? Oh my god. I thought this game was serious. We head to bed and take a personality test, which hooks us up with a crazy chick. But let's be real here. We all stan a crazy bird from time to time. We fall into a dreamlike state where we learn the combat of the game, and if truth be told, it's pretty basic, although it does open up a little bit later on in the game. We wake up the next day and go to meet our date, but while waiting there is an explosion, and we run off along with Charney to a nearby shelter where we attempt to wait it out. While waiting, there appears to be somebody else around, so we start running through the hallways until we bump into two girls, one of which is Yuna, the pop star off the TV at the start of the game. After a little back and forward, we begin earning social skill points from dialogue, and I must say some of the dialogue options in this game were pretty funny.
You're bleeding.
Some of these responses though, man. Oh, which one do I take? The other girl? Well, yeah, she gets absolutely destroyed, and we all have to run away and hide.
Lena, no! Officer, please help!
She got fucked.
Guys, we gotta go! Run!
Once the coast is clear, we start making our way to the surface when a robot drone appears and tells us to get aboard the train. However, before we can get on the train, one of the game's baddies here, Deloya, shows us quickly that she's not messing around.
I'm sorry.
This takes us into a dreamlike world, and we are spoken to by Lux, one of the two architects in the world, basically gods. Deloya is acting on behalf of Umbra, the other architect, and has stolen a special stone which could put Lux to sleep, giving Umbra all the power to destroy everything in the world. We are given the task of retrieving the stone, and Lux grants us a new godly-like arm which can morph into a sword, which will be our method of offence. But before we get to use our new power, we get our first trophy of the game. New arm!
Are you alright? Your arm!
You awaken the new arm. Once conscious, we escape the shackles and lay waste to the enemies surrounding us, before jumping on the train and leaving the area. Here we got our next trophy. The shelter escape. On the train, Charlie shows signs of jealousy due to being the only one without powers before the train gets hacked and crashes. Where it crashes begins the first dungeon of the game, where we begin fighting tons of enemies as we progress. We come to what we believe is the end of the dungeon and have to fight a boss, which is much more difficult than anything we've fought thus far. Once beaten, we get to head back to the train. It comes to light that during Charnie's jealousy, he'd mistakenly opened up access to allow the train to get hacked, and Yuna walks away in a huff. We go to find where she went, and she shares a personal story with us. This deepens the bond, something we'll need to do a lot throughout the game, and it also gives us the next trophy.
I think I need my beauty sleep now. Good night.
The first bond. The start of a peculiar bond. So we've got instant heal level 1, combo finisher HP level 1, and elemental fire. Nice. After all of that, Aria gives Charlie the ability for us to boost our social stats, which will come in very handy later on in the game. We also learn that we've got 5 days to complete the dungeon before the train gets hacked again. So wasting no time, we head straight back in, and it's here we come across a shit ton of Yuna plush dolls and find monitors all around the room with Yuna's social media, luring innocent people to their death. We take on the boss of the dungeon, conveniently named Infected Hacker, and of course we win, with no real issues. Once defeated, we find a young girl who is infected, but not quite turned just yet, so we take her back to the train with us. I was pressing fucking dodge loads then. Me. Day turns to night here, and this is where I'll need to make sure that I complete objectives quickly, so that I can spend time with my companions during the day, and scavenge or work on my social stats during the night. As it is now night, we go out on a scavenge hunt with Yuna, and we get the trophy Novice Scavenger.
Thanks.
While we wait for the pathway to clear, we spend as much time as possible with Yuna and experience some absolutely hilarious moments of dialogue, which this game is absolutely littered with. This gets us to level 3 bond with Yuna. On deadline day, we head back into the dungeon, and we've previously stumbled across this weird orb thing, which we find out is the power source for the wall, that we need to break down in order to reach Umbra. Yuna is the only person in the team that can destroy the orb, and we have to fight through the oncoming enemies while she does her thing. Once complete, the wall begins to crumble, and we've now got to run out to save ourselves. But as we're crossing a bridge, the floor beneath us falls, and we begin falling to our death.
We're going to have to jump!
Fucking hell. Yuna yells at the main character to do something, so with his arm that apparently can turn into anything, he transforms it into a giant-sized bra, with the same pattern that Yuna wears. Here we earn our next trophy, Master Craftsman.
Do you know when you're having a nightmare, and then it suddenly turns into a dream?
Good job. I certainly made an impression, didn't I? Let's go back to the train.
Master Craftsman. You got creative with your hand. We then watch a cutscene where the team is celebrating the successful demolition of the wall and lighting sparklers. We earn another trophy here for progression with the story before a girl emerges from the shadows to invite herself onto the team. Fucking... Oh shit. First wall. You helped Yuna destroy the first wall. Let's go.
Yeah,
And who is this?
we are coming for you.
And I'm coming with you.
Yes, ma'am. At the start of the next act, the new girl introduces herself as Sia, and she's best girl for sure. She helps fix the train and sets up a locator for the next world's core. While inside the next dungeon, we meet another new girl. This one's name is Min. What the fuck? Why is she coming out so slowly? The main character and Min fall through the ground, and let's just say first impressions always last. Well, looks like it's me and Min. Whoa, steady on.
I'm so sorry.
Pervert.
I didn't mean to do it.
Please continue. Oh.
I can't believe I touched your... I'm so sorry. I'm not a pervert.
During the fall, Min had hurt her ankle, so we have to give her a piggyback ride through the underground, avoiding detection and trudging through poisonous slime to get away from infected enemies. Once she feels able to walk again, we get another trophy. Piggyback expert. Now you know how to give a good, proper piggyback rides. Nice. We finally reach the rest of the team and decide to go into the next dungeon, which leads us into a hospital, which contained a lot of fighting and a few puzzles. Puzzles that I had no idea how I solved them, but I happened to pick the correct combination.
What could a wall absorb to Ennis?
I mean, that was completely by luck. I'll take it. We get to the end of the dungeon, but this final boss decides to flee. So best girl Sia pulls out some sort of portable motorcycle. How long does this go on for? Thank God for that. After that section was over, we then have our final showdown. Once the boss is defeated, he fuses into the wall, meaning that there is nothing more we can do for now. Let's use someone different this time. Nice.
He's fusing into the wall. What are we going to do?
We go back to the train and spend a number of days building bonds with different characters, and all of our nights scavenging for items, until we got our next trophy for completing our 10th scavenger hunt. Expert scavenger. You scavenge 10 city items. They're gonna ram the train into the wall with her on the front. Imagine splat. Due date arrives, and in comical fashion, Min straps herself to the front of the train. The idea is to send the train into the wall full blast, and Min will use her barrier skill to stop herself from getting squished, and also to stop the train from taking any damage. The plan is a success, and we destroy the wall, which nets us the trophy, second wall. And just like that, Min broke through what she thought was unbreakable. Second wall. You helped Min break through the second wall.
Min.
Hell yeah you did, Min.
You were awesome!
While on the train, we get boarded by a guy called Johan, who also becomes a companion that we need to rank up our social bond with. Rather than doing the dungeon section first on this act, we decided to wait until the last second.
Good evening. My name is Johan.
So with 13 days left, we begin ranking everybody up whenever possible. We got a whole host of trophies here, starting with the trophy for maxing out all of our social stats with Charney. Majorly depends on whether I need to get Charney to level 5. If I don't, then I think it's doable. Flawless. You are a social butterfly. Nice. We then start hitting level 6 with all of our dateable companions, Yuna, Sia, Min and Johan. With each of these reaching level 6, it initiates a date scene with a kiss, and we knock off 4 trophies, 1 for each character. So we got Yuna's promise.
You promise? It's a promise then.
Sia's promise.
Great. It's a promise then. The hint is
Min's
It's a
promise.
promise then. When the world comes back, I'll... We need it. I know. Team tough.
And lastly, Johan's promise.
Promise then.
Johan's promise.
Come over here. Do you know an unfortunate fact about living? You forget people.
On the last day available, we continue with the story and head into the third and final dungeon, which leads us into a hospital littered with puzzles, all of which are pretty straightforward. I may have taken some notes at times to help me out, but regardless, no real issues here. 7, 8, 9, 1. Right. So forward 7, right once. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I can't believe a CEO can just. I
Let's
think
go. We finally come face to face with Delia, and we have to fight her twice, once in her normal form, and then a second time when she gives herself up to Umbra.
Yes.
Once defeated, we nab the stone and leave, and on our way out, see a little bit more of filler cutscene revolving around Sia before the trophy for retrieving the stone pops.
Well done. We retrieved the stone and the totem.
With Delia defeated, the game gives us another day in which we can use to spend time with a companion again. This time we decide to get Charney's rank up to level 5, which for him being a non-dateable member is the max, and in doing so gives us the trophy, True Bro.
But I know you are. I love you too.
Act 5 begins and Johan does an experiment on the main character, removing his arm to then use in a cannon to fire and kill Umbra once and for all. Things aren't quite as they seem, as somehow Umbra still has enough power to bring forward the end of the world. We then get given the choice to pick which character means the most to us. Due to almost being at maxed rank with every character, we're able to pick whoever we want, and so we choose Yuna. As it happens, this puts her in Umbra's crosshairs, and she goes missing. Without our arm, we are unable to fight, so we just have to run through hordes of infected until we find Yuna inside a barrier that we are unable to break down. We go into the dreamlike state once again, where Lux is speaking to the main character and his own self-doubt, until he starts to believe. This makes the main character rank hit level 4, and we get the trophy, Find Myself.
I'm rooting for you.
Back to reality now, and the main character's arm manifests back, and he uses it to destroy the barrier. Once the dust settles, Yuna is gone, and all we find is a picture that was taken of the two of us. The rest of the team catches up to us at this point, and it's explained that Yuna and Umbra have fused together, so that using the cannon would now not be an option, and Umbra would not be defeated. This leaves us with no other choice but to fight Umbra face on. The final fight begins, and just like the rest of the game, it wasn't too difficult in truth. The only difference here is that we have a new ability, which is the only way we can destroy Umbra's shield, but other than that, it's pretty much a rinse and repeat. We get to a point where Yuna starts to speak through Umbra, and then shares a loving moment with the main character, where she signals that she's letting go, which will allow the cannon to be useful once again.
I love you.
Heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Now they get to fire the cannon. With Umbra now defeated, the game comes to an abrupt end. This was a massive shame because this was not the quick ending this game deserved. All we get is a sentence or two of text about each character and their actions once the world had been saved. Until one night, she says she had a surprise for us. Because we'd dated every dateable character, once the credits were skipped, we got the trophy, True Player. True Player. Date every dateable character. Okay. With the story now complete, we now reload multiple times a calculated save and begin working through the remainder of the trophies. We start off with Best Girl Sia. We spend time with her during the day to get her to max social bond, and this gives us an animated picture of a kiss and grants us the trophy, There, Rock.
I should have asked if you liked me more than tentacles.
There, Rock. Reach max rank with a confident. Again with Sia, now level 7, we then have to go on 2 different dates with her, one on the roof and one in the bedroom. Both result with the same kissing picture, but employs slightly different outcomes. We get the trophy, Love Assistant.
Now, let's hook. Good.
There we go. Love Assistant. Okay, so I have to go to level 7 with them and then speak to them twice again. We do the same with Yuna, Min and Johan, and once again we are rewarded with a picture of a shared kiss as the result. And for witnessing all dates from all dateable companions, we also get another trophy.
Good.
Tentacle Man went on all of Yuna's dates.
Looking at me like that. Good boy.
Plushy Boy went on all of Min's dates. Dreamboat went on all of Johan's dates. Bond Lord, yes, I should get another one. Reach all relationship scenes with all your confidence. With one last trophy to obtain, I just had to complete the game, but with only one character being in the dateable state. So of course, we pick Sia. Absolutely nothing changes with this. We still have to fight Umbra, and the ending is exactly the same, but replacing Yuna with Sia. Once the credits are once again skipped, we get the trophy, Romantic, and then the Platinum trophy. I want to hold on forever, but I suppose off you go. It's okay, you can cry, mate.
I love you.
Yeah, credits. Let's skip them. Come on, where is it? There we go. What's the QR code for? Time Lord. Woo! Get in. Another platinum. I think that's 104. Come on. Loved the game. Going for the platinum towards the end started to get a little bit too much. But loved it. If you liked the video, then make sure you leave a like down below, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Lastly, I want to give a massive thank you to some of my members of the Bomb Squad, who will be appearing on screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for making it this far. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you on the next one.